and welcome. Let me know if you can hear my fan. I can turn it off, it's just a bit warm today. Making some hooks. Feel free if you've got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to build up some stock for my festival next week. Remember to guard your privacy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how these things do. Kind of visible, I guess. Get it hot again. Light a bit. A bit of shade. I'll always change angle if I need to. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Feel free, ask any questions if you've got them. I don't know why the viewers jumped from 10 to 20. That's a bit weird. A loop on the end. Bucket. Okay, so I've got it nice and hot. I'm going to cool. Oh, you can't even see the loop. Oh, there. So now it's cold, and then I can hit it. Little hook. Turn it around. Back in the fire. Last step is this little flat bit here. Bucket. Missed. really got anything. To just ramble about. But if you've got any questions, otherwise I'm just going to carry on making hoops. There's another one. I'll leave it there so people can see what I'm doing. So I'm starting off with about, I think, 13 centimetres of 8mm round mild steel. It goes into the forge, which is behind you. It takes about 30 seconds maybe to heat up the first time. Probably 45. You like pizza? I mean, I feel like everyone likes pizza. But thanks for letting me know, I guess. Little short point. Get it hot. Make that point longer. 40 people. Creepy. Nice and hot again. Nice long point. You can see it's square. I'm going to get rid of those corners, make it nice and round. My phone might start to overheat. It was last time I tried this. I guess we shall see. I've been making all sorts today. At the minute I'm making hooks. Let me see if I can grab something out of the bucket. I've been making bottle openers. So, this is a bottle opener that I make that's shaped like an axe. You can see that, yeah? And then so it goes on the bottle that way and pops the lid open. I should have some these are bottle openers that are shaped like little swords. Nice twisty little handle, works in basically the same way. You pop it on a bottle, like that, and then pop. And I think I made a couple of leaves. Let me have a look. Can you see that? It's just a little leafy keyring, but in the minute, just making hooks. I've got a festival next week that we demonstrate at, but I sell a lot of hoops. So I'm going to make the little loop at the end. Can you see it? Yeah, we can see that. Cool the loop down. Just got a bucket of water to the side of me. And then I'm going to get it hot here so I can do this bend. What else have I got in store? This is most of what I've got to do, to be honest. Can't see, but behind me there's a big piece of paper with my to-do list on. So let's come out of the forge. Again, still quite cool. And then I just do, I can't really see, yeah, this little flat bit next. It goes into the forge one more time, the other way around. I think I might do a twisty one next, find a slightly longer piece of steel. I'm going to use that next. I'm going to put a bit of a twist on this bit of the spine. Just because it's fun. Help if I stop throwing it on the floor. That's that finished too. And I missed my bucket. The camera's going to go crazy, so I need to put my phone out to fix. Let's see if I can do that. Hi, are you the blacksmith from Socks? I mean, I suppose that could be. Andre, I think it is, isn't it? I've got some stone somewhere. I don't know if I'm back live again. I think I am. Yeah, it looks like. It is soapstone and some small embers. There you go. Okay, so short little point. I'm going to stretch this point out a bit. Nice and hot. I'm trying to stream this on a Pixel, and it's just overheating really constantly. I've got a big fan pointing at it. Let's let me know if it sounds terrible. Until I figure out some other way to stream. That's what we've got. Nice long square taper. Not long, but what I'm going to do with it that counts. So at the minute it's square, I'm going to hit all the corners, make it round. Oh. It is warm today. Everyone's good. This is what I'm making at the minute. This one I'm doing is going to be slightly bigger and it's going to have a twist in this section. So that's taking it from square to octagonal. Corners. hopefully, don't know how close I'll be able to focus. You can see, knocked all those corners off. And now I'm going to do this bit. Frame's still getting hot. Yeah, I mean it is. Fascinated by smithing. Well, feel free if you've got any questions you've been thinking about. I'd be happy to try and answer them. No promises. But at the very least, thanks for stopping by. Okay, well this is how you forge. So that's a little loop. One thing I always recommend to people is get some plasticine. You can forge plasticine. This is plasticine, which is like modelling clay, I guess. It's an oil-based, non-drying clay, effectively. And you forge it exactly like you would forge steel. See, got a nice long taper. Section, do a little loop, and oh, there's plasticine hoop, and you can just fold it up, carry on. What's this question say? What kind of heating element are we using? I'm burning coke today. So coke is a fuel derived from coal. Byproduct. Burning that in the forge that you are currently attached to. See my nice big hoop? Honestly, plasticine, it's amazing. You can do pretty much anything you would do with steel. It's quicker, much easier, and I find the most difficult thing about blacksmithing, at least for new people, is figuring out how they're going to hit the piece of metal to make it go in the direction they want. Whereas a piece of plasticine, you can try things dozens of times and then go, actually, that's not working. Let's try it this different way. And then when you get a piece of steel, you kind of know what you're going to do. Obviously, the mechanics are a little bit different. You're definitely hitting things harder. But fundamentally, it teaches the bit of blacksmithing that is the hardest to learn, which is why I like it. And yes, so I'm burning coke. So this is a handful of coke. See that? Yeah. So at the minute I'm getting this bit hot. I'm going to forge a small section to be square so that I can twist it. Metals to start with, you're going to want to start with mild steel. It's the cheapest by a long margin. It's easier than high carbon steels to forge. I'd say probably 90% of the things I make are in mild steel. If you can get your hands on pure iron, that's easier, but it's much more expensive. bit of a different process, but it's so soft that it moves much nicer. High carbon steels are great for making tools and things that are actually going to get used. Knives, swords. I don't tend to make a lot of swords anymore. I've done a few for reenactors and stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this in shot. I'm going to try. And all I'm going to do is pull off the tip. And I'm going to twist it. Can you see? A nice twist. Yo, Bojiro. Yeah. So now I'm just going to do the flat section to the back. That's some of the hook done. And now I'm just going to do some more normal ones. These normal ones are the ones I need the most of. What I'm doing is I'm putting this piece of metal in the fire before I finish the last hook, so that when I finish this one, the next metal is ready to go. You can forge stainless. I don't recommend it. You can also forge some types of brass, some types of bronze. Yeah, but really copper, mild steel, they're my favourites. You can also forge things like silver if you've got a very large wallet. Twist, bit, hook. I think that looks nice. And it goes in the bucket. And like I said, next one, ready to go. Point. I'm just going to go grab a drink. What are you making? Coat hooks at the minute. So this is an example of what I made minutes ago. So I would tend to call these J hooks because this one's hot. It's a bit like a J. Dislikes it. J. Hi. J. And I'm just in the process of drawing out the taper. As you can tell, so nice and long. Uranium consists of many millions of calories, so I'd have to eat it once, but never eat it again. I would doubt that those calories are in a format that our body can make use of. So whilst they exist, don't know how many you get out of it. Unless you've got a very unusual stomach. you ginger? I am. Well, no. My beard is ginger. Coatings, yeah. I'm making these. Yeah, they do. It's you know, if it was still pointy at this end, it would function pretty much as a fishing hook, but wouldn't function very well for coats. So you'd have a hole in all your coats. Little loop. Question: how do you make metal stronger, like thin stuff that goes under a lot of pressure? Do you put it in water, or what's the process? Okay, so somewhat of a complicated question, but the fundamentals are: if you use something like a high carbon steel, or steel that's got a higher percentage of carbon, you can quench that. Now, quenching can mean a lot of different things, but basically that just means cooling it down quite quickly. And cooling it down quite quickly makes it quite hard. It also makes it quite brittle, which is why then you have to do a heat treatment process. But with steels, generally, you add a bit more carbon, it's going to get harder. Up to a certain point, then you're going to end up with cast iron, cast steel, at which point it is probably too hard and is now very brittle. Finish that hoop. Do another one. What's this question? This says, I just started making knives. What would be the best style to start with? So I do a class where we make what a lot of people call Viking knives. I've got one here. This is a single piece of steel, you know, tapered, drawn out, shaped, handle drawn out. I really like this style of knife just because it teaches you a lot of different processes in order to get to the finished knife. If you're just wanting to do like material removal, you can make anything you want. But if you're going to be forging, I really like this. It's a good amount of practice. It's really achievable for a beginner. I have quite a lot of people come that have never done it before, and then within 3 hours, they've got something that looks very much like this. So again, anvils. There are a lot of different styles of anvils. This anvil, you can't see much of it, but this anvil is cast iron with a forged steel top. So yeah, I can't really show you, but there's like a line here. So this top bit is steel, so this is very hard and impact resistant. And the body is iron, which is softer, but it doesn't need to be hard because I'm only hitting this bit. If that makes sense. So, making another hook. Little point, long point. You are very welcome, Stephen. Anything. put gloves on. I don't wear gloves because leather gloves, they're fine if you touch something a little bit warm, but the temperatures we're dealing with are in the region of 1,000 degrees Celsius. And what happens is leather shrinks when it gets that hot, and then it shrinks onto your hand, you can't get the glove off, and your burns get much deeper. So no gloves. Sort of like with spinning tools, you don't want to wear gloves. Same here. And really, if you're holding something hot, you're doing something wrong. So at the minute, this is probably in the region of 800 degrees Celsius, but all I'm holding is a wooden handle and some tongs. Neither of which are wood. If people are interested in seeing something other than hoops, I'm happy to make something else. I've just got lots of hoops I need to make. I just thought I'd stream and answer some questions. Oh, okay, fortune scratch. The easiest forge in my experience, if you can get access to things like coke or coal or charcoal, would be something called a bottom blast forge. That's dead simple. You can see this bit. Basically, you have a plate and you have a series of holes here. Sort of see that? Yeah, kind of. And you put a pipe on the bottom. I normally put a corner in it like that. And then you push air into the pipe, it pushes up through these holes, and then you just have a little pile of coke sitting on top of there. Your fire's in there, dead hot, dead easy. Has seen these anvils get used by a lot of my students, so if I flatten them, inevitably they're just going to have hammer marks again. So you see that this is someone that's missed the metal and they've dug in with the corner of the hammer like that. So I don't bother flattening these particularly. I've got a nice flat spot here, which is where it's the shiniest. This is where I'm doing all of the forging pretty much today. Generally, I wouldn't worry about it. A lot of people get them surfaced, but if you get this whole thing ground off, it's deeper here than it is at the sides, because this is where it's been used the most. This anvil's in the region of probably 200 years old, so it's had a lot of work. So if you were to grind off this top layer, you would lose some of the thickness, which is the hard steel, and then obviously the anvil's going to be slightly less hard going forward. If it gets particularly rough, I would mess it down with a flat disc or something on an angle grinder. But I think there's a lot of concern over having it like perfectly flat. And one, perfectly flat's not even helpful when you're making stuff. And two, it'll never last. So I'm stressed about it. So, there's another one. Don't know if basically zero experience with firearms, but my understanding of spring steels is they don't really fatigue under load as long as that load is beneath the yield strength of the spring. Being that it's a magazine designed to have these bullets in it, I would assume that the yield strength of that spring is higher than the pressure that the ammunition is putting on it the other way. So I guess it's a long-winded way of saying, I don't know, but you're probably fine. I guess if you've got a spare magazine and some ammo, you could just leave one loaded for an extended period of time and see if it gets weaker or takes in some other direction. I am keeping track of how many notes I've made. Dark Souls fans, this is soapstone. Nah, no worries. Sorry I couldn't be more helpful. Give you a definitive answer. Pink and green, please. Hardy hot cut. Hardy because it's square at this end, it goes in the hardy hole, which you can just see apparently, and a hot cut because of the angle of this cutting face. Technically, maybe this is slightly closer to being a cold cut, but I use it for hot cut, so it's hot cut now. The other tool I need to make nails is this thing. This is called a nail set. I don't know if you can see. There's a hole all the way through. It is square at this end. It is round at this end and larger. This sits in the pritchel, which is slightly further up the anvil. Just there. And that's for nails. The head of the nail specifically. So let me just finish this hoop. Scariest thing happened. Technically not my shop, but I did see someone lose 3 fingers. These 3 fingers. 2. One of these actually. So I'll just hold it here. This was sitting in the anvil like that. And he cut something off. Then he went to hit the bit that he cut off, and he just punched his own finger off like that. It was awful. John. I suppose to answer the actual question, the worst thing that's happened to me personally would be a piece of metal very much like this, glowing red hot, went into my thigh. Accidentally, obviously. But that was a wound that took a long time to heal because it cauterized its way in, which was unpleasant. So I imagine probably a lot of aluminium. Just finishing off this hoop. There are, I suppose, there's a lot of steel parts and turbines and things. Two different types of steel squished together, in this case twisted. It's very pretty. And again, the technical truth, that's three types of steel. Well, it's predominantly three types of steel. Okay, last two. Let's make some nails. So you're going to have to be in a different position. So I'm going to be working here, you can't see that. I don't know how to get you there. Okay, I'm going to put this over here. It's going to move around. Oh, now you can see all the trash on my floor. And my bicycle. And all of the other chaos in my workshop. Can you chop foreign metal? Technically, yeah. There are processes that involve combining multiple metals. Right, so to make a nail, I'm going to come over here. And I forged a small little square. I don't know, where's it focusing? Focus. Focus. Try to focus. No? Well, I suppose it could just be blurry. Focus. You're not closer than you were before. Focus. Oh, focus. So, like I said, sharp little point. The important thing for this is that it fits this square hole. So, point in there. Yeah. And then I'm going to use this tool. I'm going to cut it almost all the way off. Imagine the fan's going to start overheating again. So the fan comes back. With this tool, I'm going to cut it almost all the way off. You see that? I think you can see that. What that lets me do is bend it, so now I can heat this bit up without getting this bit hot. And this tool's going to live in this hole. Kind of see that? Yeah, I reckon you can see that. Okay, and then I put the nail into the header, give it a wiggle, and this goes into the pritchel. Give it a little wiggle. And it dropped out of my bucket. I have to go rooting around in this vetted bucket. So as this teaches me for leaving my bucket grow. Oh, sorry. Don't know if I'm ever going to find it. There's a lot of trash in this bucket. Okay, whilst I'm looking for that, you can just watch my fire a minute. There you go. good. You'll have to let me know if all you can hear is fan noise, because my phone overheats if I try and stream without a fan pointing directly at it. Been a blacksmith for about 14 years, I guess. Technically probably a bit longer, but part-time before. Why is it so dark? Oh, nice to light. Ouch. Short little point. So, where in the world are people tuning in from? It's always interesting to know what's happening. Those of you that weren't here earlier, I'm making coat hooks. Nice long square point. The actual surface of my anvil is warming up now, so it's probably done. Look at the Sharpie, retractable. How cool is that? So, in order to make steel go from square to round, what you do is, this is a square piece of steel. We're going to rotate it 45 degrees. This is the angular surface. You're going to hit this top corner, and that's going to give you a little flat section there, and a little flat section there. You're then going to rotate the whole thing 90 degrees. You get a little flat section here, a little flat section there. And hopefully you can see this bit in the middle has now got 8 sides. Then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put a little flat spot here, 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 there. And that's going to give us our circle. Technically what we're dealing with here is called a walled surface. This just means it's a curve made of lots of little flat things. Speaking of curves, into this little loop next. If anyone would like to, feel free to chime in. I'm not good at talking to myself. Getting a bigger loop now. It's not curved. told you about. At the minute, they're octagonal. And then back to the troll cross, nice and hot. Just out of shot. with the troll cross, put a vent in the middle. I think it still looks like a moustache. Supposed to look a bit like that. Norse symbol. It was sort of seen as a talisman of good fortune. But I think it's just a dead cute little thing. So, to finish up, I'm just going to go through my book and see what I've got. outside and have a look at some bees, and then I'm going to end the stream. So I have 2 honeybee hives. They are top bar hives, and there is my honeybees. Okay, this is the opportunity for any last blacksmithing related questions. Otherwise, I'm going to go have a cup of tea. Going once. Going twice. Well, thank you for everyone that stopped by and chatted. Thank you for the 34 likes. And I hope you all have a lovely day. Oh, now I've ruined it because I have to figure out how to end it. This button. No. Ooh, start a poll. Nah. Share. No. Ooh, this button. Goodbye.